wasn't nothing. The coffee was good this morning, that was real. And someone laughed at something I said around noon. I'm choosing to count those alongside the misses, because they happened on the same day. Tomorrow can have its own problems. Tonight is already wrapping up. I did what I could with what I had, and that honestly go is enough. Soft landing, end of the day. Didn't go perfect, but it went. Soft landing, that's all I need. Ground beneath my feet, and a breath. Soft landing, yeah, I'll take it. Every single person you admire has had a day exactly like this one, and walked it home and slept on it and woke up the next morning anyway. That's not a small thing, that's the whole thing. Soft landing, end of a day. Didn't go perfect, I'm still here. Soft landing, that's everything. Ground beneath my feet, breath in my chest. Soft landing, I made it. I've been working since before the light came up, moving, but the view outside won't change. Everybody else seems to be somewhere new, and I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. I checked the map and I'm exactly where I started. All this motion adding up to something like a spin. Maybe effort isn't always the same thing as distance, or maybe I've been measuring the wrong thing. I don't need to have arrived yet. I don't need the proof of somewhere new, but I need to know this counts for something. Tell me this counts, tell me it's true. Same spot, but I'm not the same. Been here before, but the ground feels different. Same spot, but I went somewhere, just not the somewhere you could see from the outside. Same spot, and I'm still going. Comparison is a map I've never been good at. Someone else's finish line drawn over my route. I keep losing because I keep playing their game, and my game has completely different rules. What if the stillness wasn't stalling? What if it was the deepest kind of work, the kind that happens underneath the surface, too slow to see but real enough to hold? I've been measuring in miles when I should use roots. A tree that doesn't move grows deeper down, and I've been standing in the same place long enough to be something that can't be easily moved now. Same spot, but I'm not the same. Been here before, but the ground feels different. Same spot, but I went somewhere, just not the somewhere you could see from the outside. Same spot, and I'm still enough that I don't have to stop. Peripheral, I catch an outline, nothing more, just enough to know I'm there and keep on moving. There's an art to it, the not quite looking, the glance that lands just left of your own eyes. I practiced it so long it feels like nothing. That's probably the part I should examine. What am I protecting myself from? It's just a face, it's just a face. But the face knows everything I've been avoiding, and I'm not ready, go. Mirror work, I'm doing the mirror work, looking at the one I kept looking away from. It's harder than I thought, it's not as bad as I thought, both things at once. Mirror work, mirror work. I think I was afraid of the specifics, the tight lines, the tension I carry in my jaw, the face that shows what I've been trying to hide, even from myself, especially from myself. But there's something else that's also in the mirror that I only catch when I stop running past. Something that looks like it has been waiting, patient for exactly this. I don't need to love what I see immediately, I just need to let it be seen. That's the whole assignment, just be seen. I can do that, I can go. Mirror work, I'm doing the mirror work, looking at the one I kept looking away from. It's harder than I thought, it's not as bad as I thought, both things at once. Mirror work. I won't always like the reflection. Some days it'll still be hard to hold the gaze, but looking away was never actually easier. It just moved away into different places, and I've run out of places left to put it. Mirror work, I'm still doing the mirror work, not because it's easy, because I'm worth it. Harder than I thought, more mine than I thought. Both things always mirror work. Mirror work. Mirror work. I went back to the street I used to know, every corner of, same address, different everything underneath. The neon sign is gone, I knew it would be, but the light it left is still exactly where I put it. Memory is not a perfect record, I know that. I've added light to places that were ordinary, but the feeling was real, even if the colors weren't real, is what I'm keeping, just the real. The city changed around the memory, not the other way the memory held. I was looking for the place but found the feeling, and the feeling is still here. Neon memory, brighter than the real thing, living in the part that never faded. Neon memory, I don't need the street back, I've got the light it left inside me. That's enough, that's more than enough. I used to think nostalgia was a kind of weakness, living in the past because the present hurts. But standing here, I think I had it backwards. The past is fuel, you just have to use it right. Everything I loved about that version of the city taught me what I'm looking for in every room I enter. The neon told me what warmth looks like in the dark, and I've been finding it ever since. I still am. The city changed around the memory, but I'm the one who kept the light. I carried it to every place that followed, and it shines, it still shines. Neon memory, brighter than the real thing, living in the part that never faded. Neon memory, I don't need the street back, I got the light it left inside me. That's enough, that's more than enough. The things that shaped you don't have to still exist to keep on doing what they did. The neon's gone, but I'm still lit by it, and that is how the past is supposed to work, not a place to live, a light to carry. on 5, stepping when the beat says stop, stop when it says go. I've been told to fix it since I was young enough to try, but something in the extra beat refuses to let go. I rehearsed the timing till I almost had it right. Smiled a beat too late, left a beat too soon. Spent so long adjusting I forgot the original, and now I'm out of sync with my own tune. Maybe I was never built for their tempo, maybe that was never my flaw to fix, because the music I'm making 7 hits different, and it hits out of sync. And I'm done apologizing, out of sync, but the rhythm's still mine. Call it broken, call it different, I call it finally on time. Finally on time. The ones I love best all have an extra beat. The pause before they speak, the pause after they think. The wall says that's a glitch, I think it's information telling you exactly where they're at the edge. I started counting 7 just to feel it clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. And something in me finally stopped bracing, like maybe this is just how I was done. I spent years trying to fit inside their measure, counting myself wrong to match the room, but I move better in this tempo, so I'm keeping it out of sync. And I'm done apologizing, out of sync, but the rhythm's still mine. Call it broken, call it different, I call it finally on time. What if the beat I've been fighting was the most honest thing about me all along? Not a mistake in the pattern, but the signature, the proof that I belong. To a song only I can count correctly. Out of sync with everything that told me to shrink myself until I fit. Out of sync and finally breathing. This is it, this is it, this is it. This is it. I used to make myself smaller in every room, dim the thing about me that takes up space. I thought that's what you do to be liked, turns out that's just how you get erased. Something changed, I couldn't tell you when exactly, but I stopped apologizing for the light, and the room responded differently, like it had been waiting for the full wattage. I'm not hiding anymore, I'm not turning down the frequency. If you can feel it, that's the point. I'm sending out a signal, receive signal. I'm putting out a signal, this is what I am, full volume. Signal, you can feel the signal. I'm not asking for permission anymore. Signal, I just signal. There will be people who can't read the frequency, who find it loud, who find it too much, and that's information, not an instruction. I'm not adjusting the dial for that. The ones who are meant to pick it up, they will, they're already looking for this exact thing, and every time I shrink I make them search longer. So this is also for them, here I am. I'm not hiding anymore, I'm not turning down the frequency. If it finds you, that's the point. I'm sending out a signal, receive signal. I'm putting out a signal, this is what I am, full volume. Signal, you can feel the signal. I'm not asking for permission anymore. Signal, just signal. There's a version of me that stayed quiet her whole life, convinced that taking up space was selfish. I understand her, I was hurt, but a light that doesn't shine doesn't help anyone. So this is me shining. Signal, louder than before, this is what I am, full frequency. Can you feel the signal? I spent too long with the volume down. Signal, I'm here. Signal. beside me didn't ask. That's the kind of thing that stays long after the moment forgets itself. The grand gestures have a way of fading, but something about a Tuesday ordinary. You showed up, and that was all. And somehow that was everything I needed. I don't know if you know what that cost you, time and effort and all the other things you had, but I know what it gave me, and I've been carrying ever since. You showed up, that's the whole story. No explanation, no conditions. You showed up and the room got warmer, and I've never taken that for granted. Not once, not ever. I've been thinking about the ones who stayed quiet, not because they had nothing, but because they listened. They knew already that presence is its own kind of language, and you were fluent in it always. The kind of person who remembers the small things, the date, the name, the thing I mentioned once, and somehow kept it all this time. I wanna be that for someone the way you were for me, to show up without needing it to be noticed. Because now I know how much it matters. Because you showed me first. You showed up, that's the whole story. No explanation, no conditions. You showed up and the room got warmer, and I've never taken that for granted. Not once, not ever. I think the people who show up quietly are the ones who change things without announcing it. They don't leave a mark you can point to, but the shape of the room is different because they were there. And you are one of those people. You have always been one of those people. You showed up.